We now look at another amazing pioneer woman, but we're now back in New South Wales. We have seen Georgiana Malloy in Western Australia, and there were scores, if not hundreds, of women like these. Powerful, courageous women who just got on with the job, supporting their husbands, raising their children in an environment as different to their native England as chalk is to cheese. Hi, it's Michael Beashall here, Australian historical fiction writer, and I'm pleased to be able to tell you this tale which has fascinated me for years and to which I refer constantly just to remind myself when I encounter a first world problem that knocks me over, like when the internet is down or I have to replace a tyre on my car. Okay, issues, but not staggering issues. These problems seem infinitesimal compared to what I'm going to tell you now. I'm quoting from the Whittakers Story, which was written from records 1839 to 1910 and referenced in the National Library of Australia. Now, William Whittakers, and I quote here, proposed to Louisa Grant, who was just under 7 stone and 21 years of age. She enjoyed a gay life in Sydney town. She wasn't prepared to be a settler's wife, but he was very persuasive, and they were married in 1841 at St Luke's Church, Liverpool, a Francis Greenway building. The bride wore brocaded satin and his best black coat and trousers, hat and gloves. Soon after the wedding, they set off for the bush, for the Monaro, down southwest of New South Wales, after an interval at Burnema, where the Whittakers took out a licence for 13,000 acres, at Tambong. Now, no fancy project home for this couple, no. And here is a description of their first abode. And as a builder, I can relate to this. They lived in a hut of slab walls of wattle and daub, with 2 rooms and a skillion, spaces for windows, but no glass, and a floor of hard, trodden, packed earth covered with mats of stringy bark. There, and at their next establishment, she bore 11 children in 20 years, 9 of whom survived, using the services of the bush midwife and sometimes the wives of assigned servants. Now here comes the most impressive and awe-inspiring workload that in the 21st century seems unbelievable, but I guess in those times and in that environment was par for the course. Louisa Whittakers made the clothes for all the family and hand-cooked vast quantities of meat over an open fireplace, the standard practice being to cook 2 bullocks a week, ground wheat flour, and fended off Aboriginals with a loaded gun when they attacked the hut during the absence of the menfolk. No merely washing machines. No, she washed the clothes in the river, and when the river rose suddenly at night, she had to search downstream for the washing. When they moved from Tambong to Tubbut in 1849, she had the great luxury, you ready for this, of a hut with wooden floor and glass windows. Her husband never addressed her as Louisa, but always as Mrs. Whittakers, for despite its levelling and sentiment-stirring tendencies, bush life had its own courtesies. Out of such squalor and hardship, which drove the menfolk into erratic, unsteady ways in the primitive parts of the country, a matriarch quietly took over the central position in the family, and in the huts of the servants, a mum came into her own. So that's a wonderful story and a factual one, which stirs the heart and opens the eyes in wonder at such an extraordinary woman. As mentioned above, it's not apocryphal, but it's well worth referencing time and time again, just to see the effort and dedication some people had to forge ahead in this great land. I'm Michael Beashall. That's it for me. See you in a few weeks.